You know that one person is in this studio.
Wow.
Tega Supreme.
I'm bringing my own pom-poms. I can't shout.
I love it. That's what 2020 is the year of your own pom
Ah,
pom.
Yeah,
I'm
carry on,
waiting for
pom-poms.
No,
waiting
wait.
for people to celebrate you when you have mouth.
Don't wait
Good
for
morning,
anybody.
Ghost Jerry.
Be like the
I'm
lizards.
around.
You're around. Now, as you know, for those who are joining us for the first time, the first 15 minutes of the show is for sports generally, the locker room. We talk about sports. The 30 minutes is for sports, but half the next 15 minutes is for banter better with Coca-Cola. So all get your banter ready. For those who watch the EPL games over the weekend, we will be discussing some of the biggest games in the last 15 minutes, and we want you to share your comments with us. But before then, you can share on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981.
Yes, and of course Twitter at Smooth981FM, the hashtag LockerRoom981.
Let's go. We're streaming live on YouTube, by the way. We're still here. So please go onto YouTube. This is the last locker room for the year 2019.
No talk. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wednesday is first of
It's
this.
the first.
Yes.
That's the first of the year.
So in my mind, oh, this week was supposed to be Christmas. Where have I been?
I know. Honestly, where have we all been? You're not the only one, I'm sure. There are
Okay,
many
okay.
people who are like you. All right, let's go. Let's go to our first story. LeBron James named AP top male athlete of decade. He left Cleveland for Miami, finally became a champion, went back to his beloved Northeast Ohio, delivered on another title promise, then left for the Los Angeles Lakers and the next challenge. He played in 8 straight finals. No NBA player won more games or more MVP awards over the past 10 years than he did. He started a school. Now, you add another 10 years of learning and diversity, pitfalls, good, great, bad, and any smart person who wants to grow will learn from all those experiences, James said. A decade ago, I just turned 25. I'm about to be 35, and I'm just in a better place in my life, and I have a better understanding of what I get out of life. Usain Bolt of Jamaica was third for dominating the sprint at the Olympics 2012 and 2016. Lionel Messi was fourth. That's so far. And Michael Phelps, the US swimmer, who retired as history's most decorated Olympian with 28 medals, was fifth.
Yeah, at least the Messi made the list. The like of Federer, where are they? Nadal.
No way.
They are the bottom.
Who came
They're on
second?
the list, but they are the bottom. They're behind.
that's so shocking.
Exactly.
The runt
But-
of the latter.
But you have to think about it.
believe
You have to think about it. What LeBron. You know what? You could throw a dart on that list and hit anybody, and the person will still somehow be right.
Yeah.
That's how
True.
powerful that list
Yeah.
was. But the thing is, LeBron did do a really big deal. Think about it. He was in Ohio, played in Ohio,
Yeah.
and then he brought them their first ever major trophy in 50 years from any sport.
50 years.
Any sport, like even Tente. They are not one in 50 years. so when you think about it, he actually did a big deal. I mean, Tom Brady was another person. He finished second.
Yeah.
That guy's a vampire. But like I said, if you throw a dart at that list and you hit anybody, it won't be a wrong choice. The same thing with Usain Bolt, how he dominated. I tell people Usain Bolt is not the fastest man or he's not the greatest sprinter because he ran 100 meters in 9.58 seconds. It's because he dominated over a period of time. He has the likes of Maurice Green. The one time that they won gold, everybody chased them down. As if and they couldn't hold on to it, and that's sometimes how tricky the sport can get. And then of course you talked about Lionel Messi. Again, they're all names on the list. Tiger Woods was on this list. So think about
My
it.
goodness.
There were names on the list that you say, oh, this person,
My
you say,
goodness.
but it's true.
Of
So it
a
was
decade.
of a decade. It was a hard one to vote on. Serena Williams won the female.
I saw that one.
So tennis did win at the end of the day.
We're not arguing with that.
Tennis win, but over 10 years,
Yeah.
she's been a dominant force. And even when after she's had a baby and she's not been able to win a Grand Slam, she's never not in the conversation.
Yeah.
And so those are the kind of athletes you're looking at and saying, yes, they can win athlete of the decade. So congratulations to her, congratulations to LeBron. That was a good award. The one that was not a good award was the Globe Soccer Awards that they held in Dubai. That award, look, it was either a PR stunt that's going to make people talk about the award, because I'm talking about it now. And prior to this morning, some people didn't even know that award
I think
existed.
it was a clear
Some
protest,
people knew it existed like last night when Cristiano Ronaldo sent out a tweet, but before then, not a lot of people
which they probably paid for.
didn't know that award existed. Lucy Bronze won Footballer of the Year. How? How? So someone was telling me,
Exactly. That's the actual question. Who?
Lucy Bronze.
No. Who?
So she came third in FIFA Women's Footballer of the Year. She came second in Ballon d'Or. The woman that came first won both awards, and she was not the Footballer of the Year. How? What kind of mathematics is that? How? And then Cristiano Ronaldo won Male Footballer of the Year over Messi and Van Dijk. I was like, let's just console him. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Let's be nice. Let's be polite.
Well, it won them something. A post. Cristiano.
That was it for me. Like I said, it's either a very bad award or it was a good PR strategy. Pick the most popular. Lucy Bronze is popular because she's from England. You know how they blow the trumpet of their athletes, and then Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't need it. He has his own trumpet. At least. He has his own trumpet. If he touches it, noise. So I guess they have now made us to speak about them.
No, good for them. I love the end of the year, by the way. I love all these top person. But it's painful for those that they don't choose.
But you see, I didn't even know it was the end of a decade. You know, it was when somebody now said have a new decade. I was like,
Happy new decade.
So technically, you have today and tomorrow.
So two more days for my miracle. I can't shout.
Mine is here already. South African road cyclist Nicolas Limini has broken his arm after he was stopped by rangers in Table Mountain National Park while on a training ride. The South African National Park says that Limini, who's 24 years, was suspected of entering the park without paying an entrance fee, and a scuffle ensued when he failed to show the requested documentation. The NTT Pro Cycling boss, Douglas Ryder, said the treatment was not acceptable. In his words, quote, Ryder actually says, "I was both devastated and appalled to see the video of Nicholas on social media. To watch a young man who I know so well in such unnecessary distress made me feel sick, to be honest." But did he break the law?
Okay, so there are many things. I don't know about breaking law. I don't know. Chances are he's probably trained here 110 times.
He's what?
He's trained there. He's a cyclist, yeah. So he's trained there 110 times, but he's not Coliso or any of the boys. No, or any of the boys that won the rugby World Cup. So he's not the first thing that they will look and say, "Hey, look at him, right? Look at that." No, he's he rides bikes. And in as much as he's popular to those that follow the sport, and he's a hopeful. He's actually a hopeful to have a great year. The park rangers, chance that they did not immediately recognize him, or maybe has offended someone the last time he came, and they said, because that's where he trains.
But Tega, let's just make it clearer. Bike, not motorcycle.
No, not motorcycle. Bicycle. Sorry, bicycle. Sorry. Yeah. So cycling. So he's not even binder. Again, that's another person that a few people will recognize. Because South Africans really do celebrate their own. So. Again, it's a tricky situation. If he was approached and they said, "Show us your papers," and he started saying, "Why should I show my papers? I am so person. I've been riding here," and the people rough handled him. There is too thin a line to now start blaming anybody. Last it will be an apology, but to get some payment or legal action for this may be a bit tricky. I did see the video, but the videos really started from when they were manhandling him and they're roughing him up.
Which makes it seem as if
it's but I didn't think it was, even if he didn't have his papers, I don't still think you should rough people up like that. I best escort them off the premises.
I believe there was a verbal exchange before that.
It doesn't matter. If I abuse him out. Don't hit. That's the one that gets to me. Because we're so quick to hit people and then it's just bad. So I don't, even if he didn't have his papers, I think he should have been escorted off the premises, not manhandled the way he was.
All right, thank you. Chimobi Victor, thank you so much for your shout out for Happy New Year message. He says, for me, that award given to Cristiano Ronaldo is to compensate him because not even Tega will have voted for him.
Guess who's back in the Serie A? It's a message we got from Ajayi. Thank you for that picture. Zizi Classic says the list is okay in my opinion. Wow, Tega is in analysis of the decade in
Hey!
sporting general. Thank you.
MI from Akaka says low budget Ballon d'Or. You know, set and Cardi B's voice, they will do anything for clout.
Look,
Cristiano Ronaldo hustle, so they will not use an unknown award to massage your ego after you lose to Messi. This is, but I said the banter.
I feel like the jump was bigger than the award. Eh? This is Shay. Shay says, this is the sports program of the decade. Meanwhile, Tega, please fully analyze that Chelsea versus Arsenal, or else I withdraw my Dubai award above for you. Hello, so Valentine, please can you tell EPL to place Chelsea on permanent away match, Joe?
Yeah, whatever. After showing I'm Arsenal. Zlatan Ibrahimovic rejoins AC Milan at 38. He says that we have the story that former Sweden and Manchester United striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic has rejoined AC Milan on a 6-month deal with the option for another season. He'll be in Milan on 2nd of January 2020 to take his medicals and join his teammates.
What can I say? The big boy has done it at 38. He's still running things, and you know the way he made his announcement. Like, I want to see. That's my attitude. From 2020. Okay. That's Zlatan spirit of I'm bigger than the rest of the world. That's how I'm moving around. Though, if you like, call me arrogant. I could know how to spell it. So I will help you put it on my t-shirt. But the way he has come back to the Syria, he's comfortable here, by the way. He knows how to play here, enjoys playing here, knows what the struggle is to score. Fortunately for him, it's not the EPL where his age would count with the pace and maybe some of the physicality, but the pace of the Italian Serie A suits him, and especially with the way the Italian football builds up its play. It's not like EPL that everybody's just running for 95 minutes. They're just running. And so he'll be comfortable here. I don't know that he'll score as many goals. And I don't think AC Milan is in such a great place that if he's not delivering on the goals, everybody's just going to be mad about it. Because even the young boys in AC Milan are barely scoring. AC Milan is struggling badly, which is why I thought there was going to be a rebuild and they'll bring in young talents so that they'll be able to build over a 2-3 season period. But now they are bringing Zlatan at 38. I'm not understanding this. Even if it's a 6 month god, I'm not understanding this.
Oh my goodness. MI from Akaka says, oh shit, Zlatan, Baba has a godlike disposition. His mental presence in the football game is mad. Over 35 and still doing the Lord's work. Is it your pride?
It's now. West Ham is set to reappoint David Moyes on 18-month deal. They've confirmed the reappointment of David Moyes as manager on an 18-month deal and will get straight back to work against Bournemouth on New Year's Day. Yeah.
So David Moyes was the after they fired. How could I forget their first coach? He used to play the guitar. Anyway, after they fired him, they got David Moyes in to manage the season to the end of the season. Yes. And after he did that work, that's supposed to be like his audition, Abby. They now went to hire Pellegrini. So now they've sacked Pellegrini and rehired him. It's as if Karma has come back to pay him some good deal. Hopefully he'll be able to steer West Ham into the right place, because that's for West Ham, but even more so for David Moyes, because he looked like his coaching career wasn't so bad, especially when he was at Everton. Then they gave him a job like Manchester United. That's where his own be. So hopefully this is another chance to resurrect that career.
Hopefully. All right, hopefully we'll be back. We will be back after this break. Definitely we'll be back. Well, it'll be then time for Banter Better with Coca-Cola here on Smooth 98.1 Locker Room.
Hi everyone, my name is Genie.
Hello, Quadri. Aderogba, who is watching on YouTube and sending messages, says, I love YouTube. Where else will you see Valentine taking pictures of Tega with professional camera?
You know?
He says, I love the YouTube. Where else will you see Valentine taking pictures of Tega with professional camera?
I need to get a new sweater for next year.
Me patiently waiting for Ayo's reaction to the Arsenal's loss. Saying she's a Man U fan. Nah, I stayed here. Chelsea, I was so angry. How could,
a lot of things.
I was so
a lot
angry.
of things. From the referee was an important one, but Lampard rearranged his team.
Yeah.
And Arteta did not.
That's why I was afraid of them going to the locker room. I said that once they enter that place and come back, it's a different Chelsea team.
Yeah, Lampard rearranged his team, brought in more pace. Let's match them pace for pace. And you know the thing about Arsenal, once they feel slighted in one way, they will start crying all day. Oh God, stop crying. Bad things happen to good people. Chakwa, they're
No,
like,
it was
no,
too sad.
no.
It was too sad.
It
It
was a
should
good
be
game to
fun.
watch.
Brought to you by
Excuse me.
Coca-Cola, the official sponsor of the English Premier League. Banter better with
This should be interesting. It's Smooth 98.1, the Locker Room 981 here with Ayo Mairo Ese.
And Valentine Ohu.
And of course,
Tega Onojaife. What can I say?
Tega the Tiger Onojaife. All right, so this is Banter Better with Coca-Cola. This segment of the Locker Room 981 is brought to you by Coca-Cola, and we use the hashtag Banter Better with Coca-Cola for all our messages. So when you're sending to us on WhatsApp or on Twitter, please kindly use, or even on YouTube, kindly use the hashtag Banter Better with Coca-Cola. We have rules of engagement.
Exactly. It's not just hashtag Banter Better with Coca-Cola. It is the attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Banter, don't be like Tega on Twitter. Banter, clean, don't be vulgar, don't be discriminatory.
Yeah.
I'm not discriminatory, but I can be. Don't be discriminatory. And don't be insulting to any kind of people.
No vulgar
Just keep
words.
it clean.
Clean.
Bring your best humor so that we will laugh.
If I
And-
see any Arsenal comment, I'm deleting you.
Please, you can banter Arsenal and VAR.
Yes,
in
you can.
fact, both of them equally.
All right.
Let's get to the next story
Talking
now.
about that Arsenal match, Jorginho fortunate to avoid second yellow at Arsenal, says Frank Lampard. He's still talking. It was one of those. It certainly could have been a second yellow, Lampard told his post-match press conference. He said in a London derby, lots of those fouls happen. Some happened earlier in the game and didn't get yellow cards, whereas some did. We might have struck a bit of luck with that one, but there will be times where I moan about not getting luck in other games.
I'm glad you said it now. He knows that these things come around in football. So Jorginho got away with one yesterday, and somehow it helped. And because Jorginho came in and he changed the difference. I would say he made the difference. If I say he changed the difference, he made the difference. I'd say this for Frank Lampard. The game, the way he started, the shape he started with wasn't perfect for him. Arsenal had a good first half, not only because they played well, but because Chelsea was also not properly organized to face that Arsenal team. The good news about Frank Lampard is that he read the game. Luckily for him, the damage wasn't too much in the first half. It was just one goal.
Okay.
And so he came back, he re-strategized. Mikel Arteta didn't. And so in as much as the referee had his own problems officiating, that's on one hand, but what it was tactically was that Lampard readjusted his team to play the Arsenal that was on the pitch, and Arsenal didn't readjust their team, or perhaps they couldn't readjust their team to play the Chelsea that they met. But there's good news for Mikel Arteta. The one thing I know is that he can prepare for a game. What I don't know is if he has a plan B. That's the problem with most coaches. Most coaches know how they're going to face, and then you meet a team that makes you tear up your script, and then they have nothing. So that's where I will question Mikel Arteta on. But then again, like I said before, he's an apprentice. and so I expect some of this apprentice behavior from him. But for Frank Lampard, spot on, good substitutions, good tactics that came on. For the referee, although in fact we should demote the referee. Send him back to the championship is too much. Send him to Division 1. Why to go and referee there?
As expected, the haters have come in. We have a lot of comments. Better with Coca-Cola.
Chimabi Victor from Alaba International starts this one. It says Alhaji Mustafa is -1 in that Arsenal team. That guy can't make Swan substitutes, not to talk of starting 11. That is to tell you how bad a player he is. While he's referee, he's biased with his decision because Jorginho should have been sent off. VAR and Liverpool is a marriage made in heaven. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
Collins in there on your YouTube says Arsenal fans these days would rather discuss VAR and how it favors Liverpool instead of actually discussing Arsenal. I mean, them don't know they played this weekend.
Hey.
Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
And then this one from Yomi from Abulagba says 1 minute I was tweeting how Arsenal was balling. The next minute I was tweeting about how a joke of a team Arsenal is. Arsenal fans, they tried that. They said they did try. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
Kodri Adeopa says, I agree, Jorginho should have been should have gotten a second yellow, but Luis should have gotten carded as well for a high boot on Kante and Genduzi as well. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
And Big T from Lagos says hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. Morning, guys. So Ronaldo's award, half bread is better than chin chin. At least there's no insults with voting like Messi's case. On Arsenal's loss, it's no longer a physical problem. They need prayers. On Zlatan at 38, still getting such deals. I need to know his agent.
Honestly. Zizi Classic says hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. I think it's high time for Arsenal to remove the AK-47 in front of their logo and replace it with catapult. Or do they want to kill their fans with heart attack? As for West Ham, removing door just to replace it with a window is already.
All right, so it is unrealistic to think about it. Catching Liverpool, that is what Guardiola said in his recent interview. So when a team has the numbers that Liverpool has, why should you even think about it when we are 14 points or 17 points behind? So prepare, play good, be as close as possible. Play the knockouts and prepare for next season. Next season we'll be here and hopefully we can do better.
I like the way he's thinking. It's gone. I've told people from the time Liverpool beat Manchester City, this league are finished. Because I was watching. It's not just the numbers. I know people remind me last season was 6 points. Last season was 6 points. This season is 14 points. It's far. There's a difference. It's far. It's too much to catch. It's also the way they get results. Even when they don't have their best games, sometimes even when their opponents are playing the best of football, Liverpool is somehow squeezing out results. So on the other hand, Manchester City is struggling. Sometimes they'll play really great football and they'll end up losing to a counter goal from a Sheffield United or a Wolves. So it makes it hard for you to say that this team can come back, even if they have the whole second half of the season, which is 19 games. It makes it hard to say this team can come back because Liverpool has to lose too many games. And I don't think that will happen back to back. I think about 14 points is a lot of points.
Yeah.
It's not 6 points. 6 points, you can catch up in a few games. 14 points is... It's flight time. You understand? It's not a bus journey. It's not a trekking journey. And so I agree with Pep Guardiola. Just try to stabilize my team. Try to finish in the Champions League spot, and then next season we start again. Sometimes it's just not your season. End of discussion. And sometimes everything aligned. I kid you not, everything has aligned for Liverpool this season. There is nothing that has not worked together for them. Injuries have worked in their favor. VAR has worked in their favor. The football has worked in their favor. Sometimes when you're in momentum, everything just aligns. And so that's how it is. They are balling right now. The title is theirs.
Liverpool is balling.
Yeah, it's the coronation we're waiting for. We know that they are king. We just want to know when we are going to give them the crown. End of discussion.
Arsenal, what do you think about us?
Okay. With the apprentice.
Tayo says, hello, great guys. I think it was difficult for Arteta to make any significant changes due to the number of injuries. The team was down to the bones. This man is a bona fide Arsenal fan. The way they give excuses and the way they give reasons for... Honestly, they're just amazing set of people.
Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. Since October, Arsenal has had many managers than they've had wins. Contributors, Pep has had more managers than he's had league goals.
Oh my days. Very well done. Shay says, hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. Hotspurs turned hot dog again. VAR is video affliction rather draw. Ayo, which word ends the name Tega and which word begins Arsenal? Be the judge. Tega Arsenal.
All right, more. Diego Kingston says, hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. I was beginning to hate Frank Lampard and his tactics of losing to the top 6 teams in the league and also losing at Stamford Bridge, but defeating our usual customers. You know them already. Makes me feel like he's a Chelsea kind of coach because you don't lose to Arsenal just like that.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. They said Tammy Abraham does not score against big 6 teams. Well, they did lie because Arsenal is 12th.
Exactly. They didn't lie. Arsenal is not a big 6 team. I was going to say Arsenal is 12th.
You people are mean.
Emeka from Amo says, Happy New Year in advance to everyone except the referee that Chelsea matches today. I beg you people should take it easy with Arsenal banters this morning. Kudos to Arteta. There were lots of improvements with the right players. He'll flourish. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
All right, so more VAR controversy as Liverpool edge to victory. It was a tough test and rightly so. Wolves are used to a tough rhythm of games, says Jurgen Klopp. Now, first half were good and controlled the game, but I can imagine Wolves were not happy with the VAR decisions. However, the momentum went with them after that moment. We had nothing to do with the decisions.
Exactly how you just watch it of it. It's not like we are bribing referee or we are negotiating with them. The decisions are just falling in our favor. Lights are falling in pleasant places. You'll be all right, Pastor. But he's right. Ultimately, they don't make these decisions. At the end of the day, it seems everything is just aligning for them. It was always going to be a tough game. I did think that Wolves would win a game between Liverpool and Manchester City, and the minute they won Manchester City, I think it was done for Liverpool. Liverpool was just going to find a way to get that result. I didn't expect it, however, to be this tough and this controversial. So the goal that we're talking about now was the one Mane scored, and it seemed that in the build up to the goal there was a handball from Virgil van Dijk and from Lallana, but the VAR reviewed the Lallana one because it was the closest, it was the assist, and said it's not hand, it's more like the edge of his collarbone. Wow. Who am I? I don't know biology now. So I left the matter for them. And then Wolves now scored a goal and they did all those armpit drawing, armpit VAR. And at the end of the day, the goal was cancelled. So you can't, I would say this, you can't argue too much with certain decisions, especially when it's been reviewed by the VAR. So Wolves, I mean, even the Wolves coach, he felt hard done by, but he didn't cry too much.
Yeah.
But like I said, Liverpool have everything working for them. So
everything, I can see everything.
Well done. Okay. Hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. Message from Kingsley from Lekki. We move on from that. Thank you very much. Diego Kingston says hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. I feel the idea of introducing VARs to the EPL is to assist Liverpool to win.
Yeah. All right, Big T says hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola. 14 points divided by 3 is 4.6. That's almost 5 games. That's what Liverpool has done to lose 5 games. So it's over. So they have to lose 5 games. Nobody's catching them now. Ha 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 ha.
Very interesting. Femi says Mourinho was labelled finished for finishing 19 points. Pep. All right, but Pep is 14 points going to 17 behind Liverpool halfway through the season. So by this logic, Pep is finished. Hashtag
Agumbia David Ran says, strong believer of Arsenal no matter what. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Hashtag banter better Coca-Cola.
I like this guy.
Honestly, you guys should continue.
I should marry an Arsenal fan. Very patient and long suffering for
Proudly
me.
married to one.
And then Promise, final message here on WhatsApp. Promise from Elisha. It says, the way Arsenal is going down, they'll soon discover Arsenal fans can get ready to join the oil and gas business.
Okay, so I'm going to be smiling to the bank. Collins on YouTube says, injuries in our favor. Okay, we have just managed better with injuries. So Alisson, Keita, Shaqiri, Salah, Fabinho, Matip, Chamberlain, Lovren have all suffered injuries.
Yes, but they're not suffering it at the same time. Like some teams are suffering key players getting missing at the same time. Yes. I didn't say there were no injuries at all. I'm just saying even the way people were getting injured.
Arsenal, I think you have a partial. Yeah, you're partial to Arsenal.
I
like it. I just, you come to our defense.
No, or maybe that was not your defense. That was Man City.
Defender of the defense.
That's Man City.
I choose to,
you choose.
No, that's how
I said I must marry an Arsenal fan. I'm telling you because they're very hopeful and then. So when I just beat Tega, he'll be like, but she's sweet on a good day. I'm like, yeah, baby, yeah.
Shout out to all Arsenal fans. We hope you have a better 2020 than 2019. But from us here, we're signing out from Tega Supreme. Please follow the work she's doing with Ladies in Sports at LIS International. I dare say that they have exciting things lined up for 2020. So make sure you're following. Also follow her personal page for more banter, which is not restricted by at Tega Supreme on Twitter. Follow Valentine at Valentine Ohu. Follow me at Ayo Mairo Ese. And don't forget to hashtag banter better with Coca-Cola.
That was a good one.